But the Americans, of course, are telling a different story. Trump has been fixated with Venezuela for a while now. He says it's about drug trafficking. It's about stopping illegal migration. But if there was any doubt about the real intentions, this operation has cleared it. Venezuela is a country on the northern coast of South America. It has vast natural resources, especially oil. Venezuela has the largest proven oil reserves in the world. The largest proven oil reserves in the world. We are talking an estimated 303 billion barrels of oil. That's more than Saudi Arabia and more than the United States. But there is a catch. Much of this oil is heavy crude. It is harder to extract and more expensive to refine, which is why Venezuela's current output is far below potential. And this leaves room for expansion and interest from global powers like the United States. They are interested. But for years, the Americans have been shut out of Venezuela. They imposed sanctions on the Maduro regime, so Venezuela under Maduro turned to other players, to countries like China, Russia, and Iran. In the absence of America, these countries stepped in with money, equipment, and deals. And China in particular became a major player. This has bothered President Trump, because Venezuela is not just another country. Venezuela is a country in Latin America. This is Washington's own backyard. Nicolas Maduro understood the stakes. In October 2025, pressure from the United States started building, so Maduro sent an offer to Washington. His officials proposed a sweeping deal. Venezuela would give American firms, quote-unquote, dominant stakes in its oil and mineral sectors. That's what they offered. This included both existing and future projects. They promised preferential contracts to American companies. Effectively, Maduro's pitch to Trump was this, that China would be out and America would be in. And what did he want in return? Relief for his country. He wanted an end to the sanctions. But the Trump administration walked away from the negotiations. They kept adding to the pressure. Then Maduro repeated his offer. As recently as 2 days ago, he made the same offer again. This is what he said in an interview on New Year's Day.
The U.S. government knows that because we have said it a lot to their interlocutors, that if they want to speak seriously about an agreement to battle drug trafficking, we are ready to do that. If they want Venezuela's oil, Venezuela is ready to accept U.S. investments like those of Chevron, when, where, and how they want to make them.
But Trump was still not convinced. Apparently, Donald Trump did not want Nicolas Maduro to be a part of the solution. Donald Trump did not want an economic reform. He wanted a political reset. He wanted a regime change. And there was someone else who was making the same pitch. Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado, the woman who won the Nobel Peace Prize this year, we just told you about her. She has made an offer to President Trump. She has promised a complete overhaul of Venezuela's economy, privatization of Venezuela's energy sector, and the opening up of oil and gas reserves to outsiders. Machado says her plan could unlock $1.7 trillion in value. Was it this pitch that swayed Trump? It's hard to say, but today's operation does fit an old pattern. Just like how the U.S. invaded Iraq and Libya, installed unstable governments and left chaos in its wake, today Venezuela finds itself in a similar situation. The U.S. may have removed its leader, but its military and institutions are still intact. In a power vacuum, there will be no profits to chase. Also, how will today's attack impact the oil market? In the short term, the impact won't be much because Venezuela exports around 800,000 barrels of oil a day. That's less than 1% of the world's consumption. But in the long term, an unstable Venezuela will hurt the energy markets. And we've seen this before. When the U.S. invaded Iraq in 2003, oil production stopped for months. And it took years for the supplies to normalize. They did not return to normal until 2011. And the same thing happened in Libya. Its leader, Muammar Gaddafi, was overthrown in 2011. Production never fully recovered after that. In 2024, Libya pumped 30% less oil than it did before the war. And Venezuela's system is already crippled. If it remains unstable for a long period, it would take even longer to fix supplies.
The world doesn't fit in boxes, so why should your news?